All right. We're back with another stream. I don't know if you guys. Excuse me, I got the yawns real bad. Oh my god. My shoulder is killing me. Yesterday when I woke up to go to work, I started having some. It was pretty painful, but I was able to take some leave, and I was able to get through the night at work. But today at work, every time I lay down to go to sleep, I start having some spasms in my shoulder area. I didn't get to sleep very much, so I stayed home from work. So I finally got to sleep. I went to sleep about 4 o'clock, and I slept until about 8. And then it started hurting again. I'm taking some more leave. But I would say to you guys, today I did finish 6th place in the Vengeance event, which gave me the last of the blueprints for this bad boy. I've got it tiered up to tier 2. I'm going to do a whole video on the Vengeance here, give you my first impressions of the ship and how difficult it is to tier up. It's got a strange method on how you tier it up, and they have an event every Thursday that sort of like some of the other specialty ships, where you have to hit these hostiles and you earn in the SMS. I was able to finish. It was difficult. I had to use up nearly all the max fortification, all the fortification I had to do it, but I did finish it. And it has just for grins, I'll tell it. It has like a place in the event store, and this is how you upgrade it. You can buy these in the store. You get 1,000 of these, so it gives you 10 draws. But it also gives you a chance to earn more of the stuff. It's a draw where you'll hit one of these. You'll get one of these, and then sometimes you get one of these 3. So I was able to spend $200, and I was able to take it up to where I am right now with it, which is tier 2 with like 5 more upgrades. And it right now it's using common. What's really sucking me dry on is the titanium, because to earn the blueprints to begin with, I had to upgrade ships. So I'm as low as I've been on titanium since Op 62 or something, man. I went through all my reserve. So I'm hurting for titanium right now. I could probably spend another $100 and finish this out, but at like tier 4. But yeah, so or is it tier 3? I got it. I think I got it. Is it tier 2 or tier 3? As the ship is tier. Yeah, I would make it tier 3. I was mistaking there, but I tested it out on a few players. It looks at this point where it's at. It's not going to be the greatest on PvP. I should have done more damage to a couple of ships that I hit than I did. A lot of it has to do that I only have 2 slots below. I don't think it's going to get really good until it's, let's see what tier. I guess tier 7. Dang, that's a big jump from tier 4 to tier 7 before you get the next deal. But anyway, so when it gets about tier 7, that's probably when the ship's going to be halfway decent. But it's kind of like that with with most of the ships. I mean, except for your 70 epics. The 70 epics, even low tiered, were really overmatched the rares. But it's not going to be the case with this, I don't think. I think I'm going to have to at least have it at tier 7 before I can do some real damage. I mean, against equal strength people, you know what I'm saying? The people that have a tiered out epic ship or something like that. But it did move me up quite a bit in the ranking, as far as power and everything. So I think the last I looked, I was like 128 or something, but this is gonna put me within the top 100 probably. And to be honest with you, I really don't have anything else to upgrade. So it gives me something to do. I don't know if that's going to help me on any of the weekend events or anything like that, but you know, it is what it is. I still have my other 70 ships I can upgrade. I still have my Enterprise E, which I'm at tier 14 with 6 more upgrades, and the baby Krechna. It's at tier 12. I definitely want to take it up one more tier. Let's see what we need. We're getting close to an upgrade for this, but right now this is going to kick my butt the most. So I need to get back into the earning titanium mode. I'm getting really close on this next level. What does it give me here? It gives me another preset. In fact, I need to redo all my presets now. But yeah, let's take it out for a spin. Let's go into freebooter space and see if we see anybody we can pop. Let's see. I don't think there's a new battle pass out. Let's look at wave defense pass. I was gonna see if there. No, right now the only thing is this, and I'm not gonna open this time because I don't have territory, and I don't see myself wanting anytime soon. I always thought it was kind of weird that so I guess they're gonna take that one. I don't know. But anywho, I was looking at my old alliance. I was seeing where their territory was. I was gonna go in. There was some enemy people that had this land. I went in there, and I popped the first ship I saw, and it was one of the guys I was in my old alliance. It kind of freaked them out a little bit. And I had to apologize because I popped one of them because I was trying to set up the music. I was going to record it, use it part of a video I'm going to make for the ship. And by the time I noticed, oh crap, this is not them. And I had it. I had it maximum zoomed out, so I didn't really recognize that it was not the people that I was wanting to hit, that they abandoned the territory. I thought it was funny. But I did apologize to the guy and tell him that wasn't intentional. I haven't really even looked at the events today, to be honest with you guys. So I gotta go up here and see. I know that there's a hostile one for, who's this? We'll say that was our first. I guess that's my first real kill because the other guy I killed wasn't intentional. Alright. Yeah, I marked them after that with a red dot. I mean, not the kill on sight one, but the unfriendly one, so that wouldn't happen again. I do have a couple of other alliances marked that way, but I didn't them because they. But now they earned it. But you see, it doesn't have the same type of ship icon as, like we see with these. See, let's take a look at it and zoomed out. It's a pretty cool looking ship. How much loot are you making from this? Oh, a lot, because I've got it on the last tier. So I can take it up like into like 62 or 60 space and just let it grind those hostiles out, or if I want to just mine, I can take it all the way to the 70 system and stop the hostile. I'll take it out here in a minute and show you guys. But honestly, if they hadn't tied the SMS for this ship here to this squall, I wouldn't have gotten it. I think the whole new loot thing that they got is garbage. But I was kind of forced to engage with it if I wanted to get this ship or not. And I wanted to get it now. I could have probably waited 2 or 3 weeks until they put the SMS back to normal. But I was able to get 6th place, which gave me the last of the blueprints I was at. And I pretty much didn't do much more than the SMS, and I did 2 upgrades on the Enterprise E, and I think I did one on each of my little Krechna and the 70 Romulan ship. I mean, so I didn't really have to do a lot to get that last spot because the SMS was so damn difficult and expensive that. But I didn't spend as much as some of the other guys because I waited between each tier of the ship. I went into the refinery part of it and made pools. And then, because some of it required the materials that it mines to make you pull the lockbox. So I was going up there, stopping between them, and mining what I needed, and coming back, refining it, and getting the stuff for the lockbox through the lock. That probably saved me at least $100, maybe even more, because it also gives you research, and the research was scoring too, and I almost got all my research maxed out. I'll show it to you. The stuff that I want to do, at least. There are some cool stuff that I may do later, but I was focused on the ship for the most part. So you go in here, and something that they did differently than they've done any other ones is, instead of sticking the newest ship at the back, they stuck it right after the Franklin here. So you can see I've got that one maxed out until I max it out, and all these sweeps and stuff like that might be something I'll be interested later, but I'm not really interested in that right now, because of one reason is I need those particles from the hazards to do research right now. Once I get done with the research, this will be a given to come in here and do these sweeps, and now I won't have to do any mining from faction space. I can go into that Transigen thing and finish it in 5 minutes. Bought the rim, can't build it. Can't build the shipyard. It needs rare, and there's never. Okay. What you? There is a place you can get it probably that you hadn't thought of. Are you talking about rare parts, or are you talking about rare mats? I mean, like for the Revenant, you pretty much stuck with. If you're talking about the Revenant itself, or you're talking about the shipyard, rare gas. Okay. Through your battle pass right now, you're getting this choice rewards. That would be a place that you could get them and not have to spend any money. Is focus on the gas, and because it does have rare. You get guaranteed rare. It's a small amount, but it stacks up after you. You know what I'm saying? That's a place to get it. Trying to think where else. So your ops. Okay, what you can do is scrap some of your 3G ships and get it. Some of them have rares in it. You'd have to look at your scrapping and see. I can look. I kept all my Klingon ships. Let's go there and look and see which one that you could get some that way. Let's go into the scrapyard. I was gonna say the jelly, but I bet your jelly's not stacked up high enough to help you. So let's go in here. Let's look at my Burrell. Yeah, if you like a Burrell, you'll be able to get some 4G gas out of that by scrapping it. These I would never scrap unless you had multiple ones. Even now, you can saw me go out and crew it and take out a G5 ship with it. You know, I mean, I love this ship. This ship was my first. This was a turning point for me in the game. I'll never, my D4. I'll never scrap that bad boy. And I just got I kept the Enterprise just because I wanted one from every level. But you can see most of, I've got. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and scrap this bad boy. I will never need that again. Pretty much what I'm waiting on is for the G5 stuff. And you can see I pretty well picked over all the ships that I can scrap out of there. How much will you get? I'm not going to scrap the high chuck because I loved that little ship while I had it, and when it was relevant. I could go up. I was getting guys rares, 5s with it, you know. But like I said, you have to know how to crew. You can punch up. It's a good ship to punch up. During one of the incursions, before I actually had a G6 ships, I didn't even use them because how good that little ship punched up on those guys. Okay, let's see if we got something to upgrade here. Yeah, we do. Okay, Spock's necklace. How many do I need for, what is this one? Research. Okay, that's a nice one, but it's kind of obsolete now. What is this one? Shield health of all ships. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna get, how close am I to tearing it up? I need 9. Let's go into this new thing we got here. And I thought I saw that in one of the Transigen stuff. Okay, let's see. Oh, my box. Here we go. Yes. It's also just going through this loop. It's made me get Chapel up to tier 2 without spending any more money on anything else. Through these boxes, I get 10 of these boxes. I need to go get refine some of that. I need to go do some mining up there with it. Okay, well, I'm trying to see what else is it. So they had. Okay, I think it's going to be. No, I think it's going to be in the Epic. Let's see. It's going to be in the Epic version of this. So you saw that I popped Giorgio's crown. I need to go find this beacon here and use some on it. So you get 2 at a time. It'll be a while before I'll be able to get it up, but I need to go back in there and see which one is the one that I don't have unlocked. Let's see, where's no, that's what am I doing? I need to go into the artifacts. Okay. Artifacts. Which is the one? There's one of these tricorders, or one of them I don't have unlocked. Classic tricorder, okay. Efficiency for Sigma resources. Okay, that might not be worth pursuing now because I don't have any buildings on 6 unless this was saying the shield health for all ships. I just did that, so I need. It's going to give me 2 at a time, so probably about 5 days I'll be able to tier it up. And some of these are just not. They're obsolete ones for me now. So there's not even any use to even unlocking some of them. You know what I'm saying? Have you taken the squaw into high augment space? No. Is the squaw? I can look. I need to bring it up and see if that was enough to make an upgrade to it. Anyway, let me put a PvE crew in there. Let's see how it does. All right, we'll get our augment crew. Okay. Whoops, ship error. Okay, one of these must be on a ship that I haven't repaired or something. That's usually what that means. Yeah, it's one of them's in my vengeance. Okay. Okay, so we need to go here. Put the augment crew in it. And we'll take the squad. That's a good idea. I haven't tried that yet. I was too focused on getting the crap I needed for the ship. To finish tearing it up, that I haven't really explored much with it to see what it could actually do. I'm wondering how. It's where I've got it. It's more powerful than my Epic 6-star as far as power goes. I don't know if it's as good at it because the power thing doesn't always isn't the be all end all on everything all the time. Okay, it should be in the 6 billion. Where is it at? Okay, yeah, it's right above my epics as far as power goes. So I need 4 more upgrades, and it looks like tomorrow I'll be able to make that pull for it. But we can still go look at, I think I got a full deal, so let's just go get one of these newer officers. I forgot, what is her thing here? Oh, she's a mining officer. Let's see, there's one of these I need. Yeah, it's a combat miner, because you can just set it on those nodes in the right spot and collect. We'll do that just in a minute. But I do, the idea about seeing if it works in augment space is a good idea. I want to explore that right now. Okay, so we got our PvE crew. We're going to take it. Let's go into... it's got a huge cargo hold, so if we see anybody OPC in there, we can we can take their ass too. So let's find augment space. Okay, let's go in the 60. Our first test will be in the 60 system. And then we'll move up. We'll move up and see how far I can go before it gets, the hull damage is too. Oh, it's got the hazard on it is amazingly high. But to be honest with you guys, if it hadn't been connected to the Vengeance event, I would have set out this entire arc, as far as the content in the arc goes, not the actual game. I would have done what I did with the Revenant and the Relativity. I would just not have done those events and played my own game with it. Okay, so let's see. You want to see if we can kill this one? Let's see if we can get the bonus ship here with it. Wow, okay. That was nice. Okay, so we got, it just exploded it. It didn't even do the little dance on it. It just exploded it. Okay, let's find, so we got a I guess it doesn't really matter because it doesn't. There's no triangle for this, so I guess it doesn't really matter which hostels. But I'm kind of curious. I want to do a little bit of see how good it is on these hostels. Okay, no damage at all at 60. So let's jump up. Let's go ahead and jump up to 64 and see how it does up there. I'm wondering. I wonder what we'll do against the chaser. I don't want to do that at first, just because, you know, the mechanism might be the same as on any other ship, but who knows? It might be effective against the chaser. Because I can tell you the hostiles in that flashpoint space are a lot more powerful than the ones in here. And then you got all the hazard protection. Maybe does it protect against that ship? But I want to see first. I want to see just how high I can punch with this thing on the hostiles themselves. So we'll stay the same. We'll stay with an explorer on all these, so we can get like an equal playing field on them. Okay, we did have some hull damage there. This might be the limitation of the ship right about this range. Let's go up into 66 just for grins. But that was enough hull damage that you would probably only be able to hit, maybe get 20 of them at the most. So you're probably going to be limited to using it for grinding maybe in 60 space or 62 space. Which, let's see how much. So not bad. Okay, let's see. So again, we'll stay with an explorer because that's what we've been hitting the other ones, just so we can get some kind of yeah, we took major damage. So it looks like probably the most effective place that we're going to be able to grind using this ship, where I'm at almost tiered out. I got one more tier to go. Is probably going to be these 4 systems here. So if you're one, I mean, I could see you using it, but I don't know why you would, because if you got the Revenant, I mean, not the Revenant, but the Reliant. I wish I would quit using so many R ones. The Reliant would probably be still your best bet here. But if you earned one over the other one, you could probably use it, but you couldn't use the auto grind feature on it. Because that tells me there what it did on that 66. I doubt it's going to be able to survive a hit from one of those D7s in here. But we'll go into since we got it crewed up the way we do, we'll go ahead and do that. I need to send some ships out. I'm gonna take my Vengeance out of dock right now. I need to redo everything on this thing now, but I'm going to go ahead and put my miners on it, send them out. Okay, this one will be where this is the slot I usually put my ROM ship in. Okay, ROM ship. I'm gonna put my Klingon ship in here. Let's see, ROM ship, Klingon ship. Where's Klingon ship? Klingon ship. Where are you at? Do I got it out already? Oh no, there it is. Alrighty. And we'll put the Fed ship on this one. There she be. Alright. Let's go ahead and repair. Oh wow, it's already starting to use Sigma stuff. Not a lot, but especially when you're sending it out there to die, that can be expensive after a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I was just using it for mining. I did earlier, the earlier ones I was doing the little grind thing with it. And even though I got as high as it goes, let's find that space. Where the hell is it? It's between the two systems. There it is here. So what I was doing with it is, where's this? Here we go. I was taking it here, and you can see it barely has enough protection against the hazard, like 3% higher. But I can tell you for a fact, you go in there with your regular mining ship, it lasts for about 30 seconds and then dies. So they basically made a loop that only if you had the ship, you can engage with it, which is totally horse crap. I mean, it makes me mad that I had to actually support this in any way. But they kind of forced my hand because I wanted that vengeance. Otherwise that wouldn't have happened. I would refuse to do it out of principle. I don't have anybody to help me do that, so I'm just... Yeah, I put a little bit of a scare in the server today when I got this ship. But they're gonna see some more of it, I'm guaranteed. And I was just hurting really bad. I had to get up. I did a short stream to open it, to do it online, because I wanted to see everybody to see it. But after that, man, my arm was hurting pretty bad, so I ended up trying to go back to sleep. That was the only reason I opened it, because I couldn't sleep, and I went to see where I finished. Was hoping that would finish in the top 10. Whose ship is this? Sugar. See, now there's two strategies. If you're just gonna mine, you just do the same thing with, you lose the chaser and mine. But if you actually want to do both, if you want to do both, you got to pick a system that your ship is strong enough to be able to take the hits from these hostiles. And you can see it mines this thing pretty quick. 4 minutes to empty the node. Now the regular transigent on the other side of it, it's pretty slow actually. It's better to use one of these ships to go in there to lose the chaser. Okay, then now what am I doing different? I must have had a different crew on here than before. 'Cause I swear I thought this is where I was grinding them out. That's too much hull damage. Oh, there's one of those events. I need to do that. I especially need this. So let's go in here and see what's going on. I didn't even, like I said, I didn't even look at the events today. I did one event, was the one for the Vengeance, and that's it. So how much do I need to get? Oh, I'm not ranked. Okay, I need to put this in a good system and let it go. I only got oh, I only need a little bit to finish it. But what is this all about? Yes, I saw something else that's had the miners and stuff. But yeah, I want these because see how close. No, I'm not that. I thought that was a 7. Never mind. I got a little ways to go before I can just tear up Scotty another tier. But every little bit helps. I saw some other event that maybe was it. Did I click on the other? Oh yeah, I did this one. You did not rank event, and I didn't do this yesterday. Crap. That's gonna hurt me on the main event. I was so focused on the um, the excuse me, man. I was so focused on getting the Vengeance stuff that I missed that one somehow yesterday. I need to make sure. I don't know what's going on with the stupid game where all the stuff is not showing up. There was one event in there I had to guess on what it was because I was getting that stupid receiving message the whole time for most of the day. Okay, I don't have anything in here. There's no transigen stuff I haven't pulled that I was gonna pull. What here? Wait a minute. There's something there. See, it's hard to tell the way that they've got this thing going. Okay, I don't need none of those. Okay, so ship parts, I know I don't have anything in here. I don't know why it's telling me I do. And that I do have one pull for the crystal. One for the ore. All right, I'm gonna do a quick reset here. See if we can get some of this annoying clear the localization and see if I can get the thing to work better. All right, we're gonna repair. We're gonna move down the system. You know what? I got my augment crew in here. Let's put my regular PVE crew in. Okay, well, wait a minute. Let's go ahead and look at the hostile. What is its ability? Okay, we got isolytic damage. Isolytic damage and apex barrier. That should have been okay. Huh. Yeah, I've got my augment stuff. The augment crew should be working just as good. But I don't think I used that crew. The crew that I used was here we go. I actually used my meta one before. But it's still, I'm pretty sure that I grinded pretty easily over there last time, unless they did something to the game since then. Let's see how much. I know I did the unlock for the Vengeance. I probably don't have enough of the. Yeah, I don't. I'm way off on having enough rods to be able to use some of the FT. That's a possibility. I'm sure they're going to come out with some that work with this ship. I know they got those stupid skins, but none of the skins in here is going to be worth me paying any money for, or refits or whatever. They do have a, let's see, where's it at? Okay, the Orion refit. Let's see what it does. It increases the refine. This one may be good just to have to help you in the refinery, and this one's not too bad. But I'm gonna wait and see if they're gonna put it in a game where you can earn it. Because there are a lot of people. There are a lot of angry people right now in the game, and I think rightfully so. Because there is too big of a disconnect between the people that are designing this content and the player base, and even the guy. To me, I think the worst one is the one that Rev and DJ ooze over as Mr. Tiger. I think he is part of the problem, not the solution like they think. Because me and Rev have gone on over and over. You know, I told him if I was ever CEO of Scopely, if you had one of those things where you're CEO for the day, the first thing I do is I fire every person on the technical side and the developers, and find some people that actually are Star Trek fans, which shouldn't be a hard problem because of the geek factor of coding and stuff like that, sci-fi and stuff like that. It should be kind of something they should know. I want somebody that knows Star Trek, someone that actually maybe has played this game and understand how it's played, and maybe we could get some sanity back in some of these arcs and stuff. Rev did get a free squad then. Yeah, I can get a second one even after I got the there is another unlock, and there is one that I could buy, just pull the prints. I don't see the reason why you would want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't, because it's way hard to upgrade it to be number one without you spending money to do it. And two, there's not a lot in that. There's not a lot in that loop that's worth engaging with. Even though I do like the fact that you could use some of these loop efficiencies to, like, I hate the Gorn stuff with a passion. I could sit there and use some of this Transigen to finish the loop like I used to do with the X-Borg stuff. But the fact that what you have to do to get to it, the fact that they put it behind a deal where I have to have that ship to be able to even engage with the loop. It was a bad trend when it started with the relevant. That's where the player base should have revolted, where they put a loop that was totally dependent upon having the ship. Because even when the NX-01 came out, you could still take your warships and hit the reptilians and still engage with the loop for the most part, until you get the ship. But this one here, you can't even really do anything with it until you have the ship. You protected cargo when mining the other mats. Yeah, I mean, it's got a huge protected cargo hull, no doubt. But I don't know how fast it would be mining other materials than what it's doing. It's really good at what it does. I mean, you saw how fast I emptied that node. But even if you go into the regular Transigen, I got 2 ships out. We'll go ahead and go into the regular Transigen stuff, and not the epic, the rares and whatever. All right, we'll go in the 68 space, the regular 68 space. We'll go, where's it at? Right here. So I'm gonna send the and I'll send this one. Oh yeah, I know. You can't. I'm saying you can't engage with the loop unless you have the ship, pretty much. So how are you going to be able to pull prints if you can't get the Transigen that it needs? Does it pull the epic, or does it use the regular Transigen? I didn't even look because I have no intention of using pulling the prints for a second one. Well, if OPC Hunter, there's no better OPC Hunter than the Revenant in the game right now. I mean, there's no G6 mining ship that it can't kill easily. It took the place of my Tally. Pre G6, the Tally was the OPC hunting king, but now that the Revenant's taken its place because it's got so much bigger of a cargo hull and it powers up a lot higher than the Tally does. I mean, that's when I'm out looking for 6G mats, the OPC. That's what I'm taking. I'm taking the Revenant because it's even better than using one of the other mining ships because the cargo bay is so much bigger that I can go do a full sweep of all 6G space and never come back and dump it. Okay, so we're going to go on a regular mining, see if we can find a full node so we can compare. Okay, this is, no, that's not, okay. Okay, it takes an hour for the squaw to, and it will die on it because I've already tried to see if it would take a hit from one of these hostiles. It won't. And let's see, where's my other one? He's not in there yet. It's still warping. So you saw an hour. It says 7 minutes to fill hull. It's not. Oh, that's the wrong ship. Never mind. So you can see it takes an hour and 37 minutes to empty the node, whereas my deal will do it in 7 minutes. So it's not even worth. It's not even worth using it for regular space. Okay, it's gonna die now. I need to get it out of there because it will not take a hit from one of these. You know, I'm just gonna warp it out. I just wanted to show you guys. It's not even useful for the regular one. This taking one of your other ships is far more a better play. I actually do need this shit, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it out of there, let it run from it a little bit and give me some space. Come on. All right, let's see if we can do it now. Stop, recall, stop. Okay, so it's not even effective mining the regular kind. It's really a one-trick pony and a one-trick pony only. I mean, but it's exactly the only ship that you can use to mine the epics with because of the hazard. Yes, you'll still need to use another. You'll still have to use these ships to do the other transition, unless you want it to sit on a node as long as that. I don't. And this one will empty the node in 7 minutes. You can see right there, 7 minutes or 8, I guess, 8 minutes, and this empties a node where it was going to take an hour and a half. It never refines enough of the other grades to fuel. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, it will not. Okay, I'll put this on here for you to see because you can't. Some of you guys, he's totally right about that. It doesn't. It's not useful for anything except for the epic transigen. Everything else, it's not really useful for. I mean, one of the You're right. You could use it for OPC hunting because it does power up a little bit, but we already had the Revenant. It was an unneeded ship. What they should have done is just sold us a skin for our other ships to go into the space and be able to mine it. That's what they should have done. But they wanted a ton of money, and especially when they put it behind the vengeance wall, that forced everybody that was going for that ship to buy it and tear it up very high. So it was, I mean, this ship here is the biggest money grab that they've ever put in the game. And I'm really almost ashamed of myself for fueling it, but like I said, I was so close to getting this to the vengeance, I couldn't just set out. Because it might have been 2 or 3 weeks before they returned the SMS back to the way they had it, where it was solely on, pretty much on the rare parts and Syndicate XP. Because that's what I'd planned, but I'd planned to go ahead and do one more, finish it with the SMS and just see where it lied, but They forced me to spend probably $300 more than what I would have wanted to. That I could have used it to tear up the Vengeance a little higher, maybe at least one. I don't think I would have spent all $300, maybe another $100, because I ended up spending two. But this is going to be the end of my spending for a while. I went crazy for the last 3 weeks. It's not what I usually do, but one of it was I saw a path to get the Vengeance a little bit faster than. Okay, see, these are this is where I was mining because the nodes are humongous here. They're 10. You get 10 million, so you can. Yeah, this is exactly where I was. I thought it was in the 62 space. It was this one. This is where I was mining during the event. Like I said, I haven't slept much in about 2 days, so my memory is kind of all over the place. This is kind of the point in my sleep deprivation that I get kind of loopy on memory stuff. That's one reason I didn't go to work. I think I could have probably handled the shoulder pain. I just couldn't handle not sleeping. I would have went to work on a half hour's sleep if I would have went to work tonight. But I did get about 4 o'clock. I did fall asleep for about 4 hours. And as you can see, it handles that hostile pretty good. I think it will do 40 of them if I remember the count right on it. So I got the last of that. Okay, that's nice. Let's go into I'm using the strike team lower decks. Let's find Mr. Billups. They're going to add Quasi to this. I read online. They're going to add Quasi in the other one. Quasi's the one that once it hits the store up there, that's the one I'm going to be focused on. And then I'll go back to, because I got a pretty high tiered one. It'll be finishing him out. I'm trying to see. Let's see how many. I think he's in my D4. Not my D4. My baby crutch. Let's see how. Oh, I don't have him in there now. Let's go look real quick. Okay, we can just go do it like this. He's gonna be tier 4. There he is. So I need less than 100 shards to be done with him. And when he is really good for, he and Section 31 to Giorgio or whatever, they're kind of flip flops. His officer abilities against players and lower is against hostiles. And hers is just the opposite, where her lower is against players and her officer abilities against hostiles. as you can see, it's taken very little hull damage. Okay, we got that one done. Let's go ahead and we'll get one of these little, where's one of the smaller nodes? Let's go ahead and empty them while we're here. Yeah, we'll look at that. The new officers. I've got Chapel unlocked already through the squaw event. But Black Ops, Mabinga. You can use him on the newer hostels, and his shield health will be. Oh man, they before that they had it where they didn't specify. So he's a PvE only officer, so he loses some worth. To me at least, because I don't really need him to do any of that stuff. But for Chapel though, let's find her. Where's she at? Chapel. Man, I do have it on level. Trying to find the new Chapel. No, I know I don't have her tier 4. She should be. She should be with the tier 3 officers. Where is she? Oh, there she is, right here. She's tier 2. Now hers is different. She'll work on both. To me, the Chapel is more valuable than Mabinga. And then for you people that are looking for reputation, she would be one you would stick on the deal too. But she's gonna definitely be in one of my better ships for her whole health. And when you rank her to 500, to rank her to tier her out, that's a huge whole health. I mean, she's centered probably similar to. Let's look at Tindy. Let's go up here where she's at. There she is. See, she's even better than Tindy below deck when she's tiered up higher. So she would be one that you would want to stick on to boost stats for your ship. She doesn't do she'll help you in PvP as far as giving you more whole health. But to me, Chapel is very much more valuable than he is. I definitely want to unlock him because there is some value to using him in a PvE crew below deck at least. And then you would probably use them on some of those armadas or whatever, some of the different those new armadas for the Flashpoint. That would probably be his biggest value on it, especially if you don't have some of the other officers that you could use in his place. But to me, as far as value of the two officers for my game, it's Chapel all the way. So they did me a solid by putting her in the event instead of Mabinga. But he does have value. I would definitely use him if on some of those entity stuff. He would definitely be in my entity crew probably. But I've already got a decent entity crew, so he can make it better, but it doesn't. It's not going to help me as much as Chapel will below deck. And then when they open up 7G space, I'll be definitely using her for this as well, you know. She's like an exicon that you're putting on the side, you know what I'm saying? So to me, Chapel is the one, the more valuable, even though she's not the epic, she's the rare. She is more valuable to my game than Mabinga would be. But I'm not saying he's not a shit officer like some of the ones we've been getting. But they probably should have reversed that. They probably should have made Mabinga have the abilities that Chapel does, and the other way around. You know what I'm saying? Because they actually made the epic, the rare officer more valuable to most players' games than the epic will be. I mean, that's another one of those things I was just talking about. Having designers and arc runners and people like that actually know how their freaking game's played. But from what I heard from a pretty high source is these designers and arc runners don't really look at stuff like that. They just try to figure out what people would want for the officer to do in the game, and then as far as who the officer is and what the officer does, they don't really. There's a disconnect there. Is like we said with, like I've made for an example before with the Enterprise officers. It makes absolutely no sense that they put Phlox as the epic officer and not T'Pol. And both T'Pol and Tucker not having a captain's ability is stupid too, because because there's 3 hostiles in that arc. We've got the reptilians, the aquatics, and the silent enemies. What they could have done is put Archer's ability on each of the captain's ability for the other officers, and you would have to use, I'd say you get to use Tucker for the reptilians as the captain. You could keep Archer on the aquatics, and then you have to use T'Pol for the silent enemies. You know, but again, they don't know how people play their game. They just throw something together and see how it sticks. I mean, that's simple. If you just thought how your loop is going to be played, you know what I'm saying? They just don't do that. Rutherford, let's see. Let's look at Rutherford real quick. Yeah, I mean, I was surprised she was better than Tendi when I looked at that, because I thought Tendi was probably the best officer for that. Rutherford. Let's do group. Group will be easier. Okay, Rutherford. He does shield health, where Tendi does whole health. Let's find her. Where's my gal? Right here. Here she is. And also that we do have one of the newer officers that has it, that does the same thing. I think it's. Let's see. Let's find it. Is it Scotty? I think Scotty does the same thing. Yeah, Scotty's better than. Scotty does shield health too. So these last officers they did put in the game for these Strange New Worlds, they are useful for lower deck stuff. And this guy here is power. Weapon damage. So you're going to be using you're going to be using these. You can. What's the beauty of Scotty and the Klingon and who was the other one they put in the game? There was 3 of them, I thought. Oh, yeah, she's through the. Yeah, she would be. I guess you would use her on maybe your last PvP crew. No, this is a hostile. Okay, never mind. That's a hostile. Now, if they wouldn't have put this last part, fighting hostiles, where they left it open like the other 2, the ones I just showed you, that increases his health immensely, and you get shield health for every round by 2%. I mean, he would be really good if they didn't put this specification here when fighting the hostiles. If they would have just left it open-ended where it would work against either PvE or PvE. That would increase his value. Like I said, like I'm gonna unlock him, but like the weekend event where they have the auction for him, I won't be a big player in it. I mean, I should be able to get enough to unlock him at least, and then I'll look for other ways because I don't see a ton of value in him. I see some. He's not totally useless, like a few of these that they put in here once in a while. I'm like I didn't really like except for Giorgio and Quasi. I didn't really like any of those officers. Yes, I did. I got it today. I unlocked it today with today's event. I'll show you. I got events. Let's go into. This bugs the crap out of me that they can't keep. This is totally stupid. That none of the pictures. I mean, I've got the fastest speed internet in Dallas that you're looking here, and it's still doing this crap. Okay, so I finished engines. Why they got this doubled up? Okay, so in this one here, I finished 6th place. I needed 48 shards to unlock the ship, and I got 60. And this one was the more expensive one that I did because the ship was totally insane on the Squaw. But I did use my head a little bit. Some of the guys I was in the some of the guys in Discord was telling me how much they spent on it. I didn't spend that much because what I did is I used the refinery to help me. I just didn't go up there and just use my credit card and go big time with it and just unlock. So what I did is I went in after every tier up, I went into the refinery, into this Transigen's refinery. And you're not going to be able to see this because it looked. So I got these claims on each of these tiers: 1, 5, 10, and 15. Also got what they call here a lockbox, similar to the junker, and I made sure that I pulled this every time. That meant me stopping the game, having to go up and mine some of this epic Transigen so I could keep the thing going. But as you can see, I've gotten 24 hostiles and I barely got any hull damage. I'm thinking it was like 46 that it will knock off. And what you get with the drop boxes here is you get. That was when I hit that dude. Okay, so you get this oh no, that's from the whatchamacallit. Okay, you get this right here. And there is one of the things in refinery that you use these to sort of like the canisters in the other levels. So I used the refinery to help me. So I spent at least $200 more than what these guys were saying that they spent on it by doing that. But like I said, it took me let's see, it took me, trying to think how long. I started right at 11. I was, well, no, I won't be. I was pissed for about 30 minutes after seeing that they changed the SMS. And I was debating whether even to do it or not. So about from 11:30 to about 2 in the morning, I worked on the loop and got it to where I got it now and finished the SMS. So yeah, it took me a long time to do it, but like I said, I didn't want this ship to number one, and so I didn't want to spend any more money than I had to. And what was good about it is I think a lot of people can miss this. The guys that spent as much money as they said they did is on the SMS, the research, okay, the mining bulkheads is the parts. The black market schematics is the research. So I was using both. I was using the research as I got enough to make upgrades to it, and that. So I worked both sides of the fence on it to get it tiered out. And I mean, I've heard some guys said they spent like $600 more than what I did, but I think they're exaggerating. I think the ones that were telling me they spent $300 or $400 more than I did is probably right. I mean, maybe they didn't pull any. The 600 guys did no pulls from the refinery, just went to town with their debit cards. But I think I spent, was either $1,200 or $1,300 to get the squall where it is right now. And a normal one like they've been doing with the SMS would only cost me $1,000. So my initial thing of it, I mean, still what I did cost me less than I would have doing 5 straight SMSs, which would have cost $5,000 minimum to do the ship. I mean, not while doing it that way, but last week I was able to still third place in this leaderboard event, which gave me 290 shards, which eliminated like a week and a half, and then the shards I won today finished that out. So I ended up finishing it 2 weeks early and spending probably about $1,200 less than what I would have done if I would have just done straight the SMS. But that wouldn't work. That strategy would not work every week. Last week for some reason the engagement was really light, and when it got like, I don't know, like 6 hours before the finish of the event, I saw, man, I was sitting in I think it was sitting in 4th or 5th place, and so I went in there and spent some more money, and I got myself into first place, which was really easy. I only had to do like 2 packs or something like that, and but the guys that were first and second that week, they went into like a spending battle, and it was too rich for my blood. I mean, they like doubled what the score was. Like I was in 3rd place, their score was double of mine. So 2 guys got in a spending match. I wasn't gonna go in. I was happy with I was hoping just to finish in the top 10 and get the 60 shards, to be honest with you. But I saw a chance to steal third, and I did. And it actually saved me some money doing that. But the big thing on it is how expensive it's going to be to upgrade the ship. Not as bad as I was led to believe, but it's still, you're going to have to get something that you're not, that's not in the game currently for other, for other things. Like it is going to be using your titanium, and what you can see, it sucked me dry. So you are going to be using that a lot. Gosh, my arm is hurt again. Hold on, guys. I need to go take some leave. This damn arm is killing me right now. Oh, right. I'm back. I had to take some leave. I started getting muscle spasms again in this shoulder. And they'd calmed down for a little bit, but it looks like they're back. I'm going to go to the doctor tomorrow and see if I can get some muscle relaxers or something when it does this, because, man, it is hurt. It is. I didn't injure it in any way that I know of. I woke up yesterday morning and it was really hurt. It wasn't spasming like it was doing today, but it was just like a really bad soreness, It's like right in this section, it's like that muscle, that I think it's right in my pec muscle, actually. I don't know if I pulled it or something, but I didn't do anything that would make that hurt like that, though. That's the weird thing about it. I mean, I can understand if I overdid something here recently, but I haven't. The only thing I've done recently, on Tuesday, I went fishing, but I don't see that doing it, because even though I'm a little bit rusty, fishing, it wasn't. I don't think that was what injured it, because it would have hurt before when it did. But I did have a really bad shoulder injury at my other job. But you can see, this is if I want, because the rarities don't change, but so there really isn't no need for me to ever go higher than this as far as the mine and sit there and score these the loot from these hostels. There's really no reason to move up any higher. There's not like there's a bigger class grade up higher. And actually, in those other two that we looked at, the nodes were actually smaller. No, what happened there was I worked for a water utilities, and there was a valve on one of the filters that got stuck, and there's a little clutch on it that puts it into from the automatic controls where it opens and closes itself using like pneumatic air, to where you can use the valve turner like one of those little wheels. And what was happening is the clutch wasn't holding, and I asked one of my coworkers to hold the clutch, and to get it unstuck was taking a lot of force. So my coworker decided to not listen to me and hold on to the clutch. He thought he would put his hand on there to help me turn it to get it loose. And when he let go of it, the clutch popped into automatic, and the valve got unhung while my hands were still in the wheel, and it pretty well almost jerked my shoulder out of the socket and threw me against a wall. Yeah, that's how I heard it. Even though I told the guy not to let go of that clutch, he did it anyway. I mean, I ended up getting like I mean, I had like, I mean, it was really hurt. It hurt really bad for a while. But the bad thing about it is that I developed frozen shoulder syndrome from it, and had to go do like 3 months of physical therapy to get my shoulder right again. But where it hurt from the injury is a different place in the shoulder too. Was like at the back part of your shoulder where your shoulder blade kind of goes down right in there. I thought it tore my rotator cuff, is what I thought, but the orthopedic doctor said no, that the tissue in there was so inflamed that's what caused the frozen shoulder syndrome. And he gave me some strong anti-inflammatory, stuck a needle with the anti-inflammatories into it, which helped the pain a lot, but the physical therapy is the one that got my range of motion back. But it did develop like some tendonitis in my elbow, but that's better now too. But yeah, I was lucky. I was lucky it didn't hurt me worse. If my head would have hit the wall as far as I got thrown into it, I would probably have been a lot more seriously hurt. But that dude's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Unfortunately, my other coworker that worked with me on the shift, he was out that night, because I don't think I would have asked him to help me otherwise. Because what was happening is I would make a turn to loosen it, and the clutch would pop out of it, and it would turn right back where it was at in the same position. Because the last command that it got when it was working was to close, and we needed it to open so we could put that filter back in service after a backwash, and it wouldn't do it. It would just was set dead, and so I was trying to open the valve and then put it back into manual after it was open, because it would have stayed that way. But as soon as it got the command to put it back into automatic again, it reverts to the last command that it completed, which was, so it ended up, like I said, it ended up nearly jerking my damn, because it spun quick. It wasn't like it was a slow turn. It just like, but see, my job, I do lab work, a lot of lab work, and the rest of like my time in between lab samples, I'm looking at a computer screen, watching the process and overseeing, like filter backwashes and just watching the chemical pumps. If one of them, something happens to one of them, I have to go check it out. If it's something I can fix, like just flipping a breaker switch to restart it, that's fine. But if it's something a mechanic needs to look at, then I'll call my supervisor, and my supervisor will, in the case of where I'm working right now, we have a 24-hour crew. So they just call the dispatcher, and the dispatcher sends somebody over there to fix it. Now, the other job, the ones I had before when I was working at nights, we didn't have a maintenance crew. So we had to try to MacGyver the crap out of everything. And until the morning, or if it was super serious, they would call somebody in. But if it wasn't, we were expected to try to make something work. A lot of times we would put the valves in manual and open them to where we needed them to be. That would get you through the night, because the others, like in the filters per se, the other ones would take up the slack when the flow was not equal with the other ones. So you would sit there and open it to a certain percentage and then leave it there the rest of the night, and then in the morning they would fix it. But yeah, I thought I would. I mean, I'm left-handed. It's my left arm too. So it was a real struggle for about 4 to 6 months. This thing's almost full. So you can sit there and empty the entire node, and pretty quickly, not very long time at all. And look how big the protected cargo is on this thing. I've got almost 14 million of it, and I'm not OPC at all. In fact, you could probably put one of, like, some of those, if I wasn't trying to farm some of these right here, I could shake the attacker and put some protected cargo officers in there, and probably almost not lose anything if somebody hit me. Okay, now I need to go into that refinery and make that. I think I need to do a rare transigen one, because I didn't have any before. I gotta wait till it gets back. But you can see they're real expensive. All right, let's go look. I need to finish the battle pass. Where am I at on the milestones? On the last one. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I wonder if do the. No, see, it doesn't count for the. Just because that event for the. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's put our Armada crew in here. I've probably got some of the guys I need not here available. Yeah, I'm looking at Okay, no, I'm gonna wait. I gotta wait till that ship comes back so I can get discard. Dang it, that sucks. That sucks. Okay, so we got, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it. Because I don't want to do this all night long. I don't think any of these I got stuff for it. Okay, let's look at some of this while we're waiting for it to fly back. I finished all the stuff in here, I think. Okay. Let's go up here. I want to grab one of these. Had some augment pulls to make. Probably should have checked that earlier. Yeah, for the crew that you need to for me to use to get my vengeance thing, where's he at? This guy's key for the crew. I tried Section 31 Giorgio on here, and he works better on those things than they do. So I want to get him finished as quickly as possible now. Priority claim. Let's do these first. That helped. I want some of him. Let's see if we get. All right, now let's go redeem these. How many do I got here? 1350. This has become more valuable now. So I'm just looking at some of the other stuff in here, see if there's anything worth pulling. I'm going to finish out the Defiant research. I haven't done that. Pretty much all the stuff is left for the assaults, but we need to keep our eyes open for ones to do the assault. I need to keep pulling these for that stupid space station. Definitely. You don't have anything to spend them on. Let me check my phone real quick since I'm hearing beeping here. Wow, man, I got so many emails today. What the hell? See if there's anything worth looking at. No, this is all junk, pretty much. All right. Let me look at one. Trying to find out where the beeping's was coming from. Sorry about that. Making sure it's not work. My work app don't seem to be that. What is this? Okay, nothing. I can't see anything, man. Oh, drives me crazy when. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and make these pulls here, though. There's a bunch of stuff in here I need to pull. I need to get as much of the epic so I can finish out Hugh. That'll be a big help in one of the ships. Have a completely tiered one out. Let's see. And it gives me some much needed G6 parts. Good cloak juice. Oh, we could use that. This one there's nothing in here I can pull anymore, so I don't ever do it. I'm totally through with the Voyager crew. And this is a nice one to pull every day, but one that I usually pull, but I can't because it uses epic stuff. Oh, no, it's not this one. It's a forbidden tech one. It uses, let's see, I need that so I can finish out Hugh. So I can't make this pull, but I do this almost every day too. I pull these. It's a good source for all that stuff. I hadn't done it in about 2 weeks now that I've been trying to earn the epic stuff for Hugh. Because I need 35,000, man. 35,000 of the epic to be able to do it. And section 31. Do that one. Do that one. And I don't think I have that much. I probably can't do my officer pulls in here today. And it doesn't look that way. And the DTI, let's see. Definitely make that claim. And definitely both of these. Okay, I don't have enough to make a pull there, okay. Who was I working on in here? Oh, Seska. You know, we don't have anything in those. That's a bogus claims. Okay, let's go ahead and get these drops. And I need to go and do some regular mining. Let's see, we got gas and crystal in there. Let's go on the other side, see if I got enough hazards for. I haven't checked that in a while since I tiered this up. On the other side, there's a 70 system with ore in it. I need ore worse than I do any of the other ones right now. But I will do enough of those to clear the daily, though. Okay, here we go. Okay, how about my Klingon ship? No, I still don't have enough. That one does. Let's see if we can put Grush in there and it'll give me enough to get in there. I would definitely want to take these guys out of here. I don't want those tied up from freaking mining. Let's go ahead. We got to put Grush on one of these. Let's see. We're doing ore, so let's go ahead and put the ore guy in there. We'll put Quark. And where's Paul? Let's go ahead and use this here. Mining speed. Put to Paul, I think. And Barclay. Oh, I gotta do the other one too. Protection. I cancel. Well, I'm going to cancel it all. Reset. Okay, let's see if I'll. Whoops. Confirm. We'll see if we can get in there with it now. Yeah. I'll just regular fly it. There's no reason to jump it. So we can do that one. Then we'll send. Let's see. I think the Klingon one does better in this one. Let's see. No, I gotta put it in 60. Okay, how about this one? They're the same, so I'm just gonna send this one. What did I just do? Alright, let's get that thing. Now, I'm getting tired, man. I might end the stream here in a second. Can't get there. Let's see. Too much. Okay. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna do it for tonight. I'll probably come on tomorrow, maybe. Depends on when I can get in to see the doctor and if I go to work tomorrow or not. I'm hoping I can because this is my overtime week. It hurt me miss it tonight. So I'm gonna try to go to work tomorrow. I'm gonna go see the doctor maybe first thing. And so until next time.